Hello everybody and welcome back to 5 Minute Crypto, the channel where we cover the most important crypto news in just 5 minutes. Back again with another crypto chart update. So long story short, the next couple of hours are going to be pivotal for Bitcoin. And I would like to say that this video has some urgency for a couple of different reasons we'll talk about in the video. So what you're seeing in front of you right now is the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. We have showcased the nearest resistance line and support line, and what we're noticing is, hey, it is converging. What this often showcases, not always, is that we're basically going to keep bouncing in here until there's a breakout towards either direction. This could be the upside or the downside. Then again, right now, as of this current moment, the MACD, which is a trading indicator, is showing a very bullish sign. For those of you that don't understand, you can actually most likely spot it yourself, but if you're seeing it in the green or you're seeing the little blue line on the top, things are bullish. And if you're seeing it vice versa, the other way around, things are bearish. And right now, it's looking as if we're going to see a flip in the real short term. Again, it's going to basically turn green and the lines are going to cross again. And together with the fact that we are right now at the bottom of this converging triangle, symmetrical triangle, things are looking good. Now, I must add, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not saying things are extremely bullish right now. And we'll get to that in just a second. We're at a standstill point, as we could, theoretically speaking, also have a crazy breakout to the downside from here on forward and actually not get this crossover here. And that's, of course, something we should keep in the back of our heads as well. To put it into perspective, if we actually zoom in a little bit more while still staying on the 4-hour time frame, we can actually see something different. The narrative changes a little bit, which more so points out towards a bullish breakout, because what we're noticing is, hey, there's actually again a downward sloping resistance line. Well, actually, support looks quite linear. Kind of looks as if the most important support lies here at about $38.7 or so thousand dollars. Again, following what we've just seen, together with the MACD, together with the fact as to how this is looking right now, the upside looks very likely, right? Well, but as we've also stated, there's scenario number 2. What are the points we're looking for? What are we going to break out towards? What? Honestly, guys, if we were to break out, the most logical way to go would be a breakout from here on forward towards the upside. To where? Well, logically speaking, there's a very important emotional resistance at $40,000, but there's a very big caveat. I've just noticed there's a 100 EMA very close just below it. And if you actually zoom out, you'll notice that EMAs sometimes have a track record of indicating where it's hard to say the market has went officially, but also where the market might just bounce from. What I mean with that is an EMA, exponential moving average, shows just where the average price lies. But very often traders use this to set their stops or mostly set their take profits. But let's again zoom into the 4-hour and cover a couple of things. So I think personally that a breakout towards the upside is more likely, but we'll have to wait, see if this is going to get confirmed. Again, how it confirmed would look like is a breakout candle like this with a confirmed candle right afterwards. Again, 2 green candles in a row. I am not sure if that would be the best trade though. As I just described, tomorrow is going to be an extremely filled day. We have a lot of different announcements that are described on my DustTBC channel. But once more, what we are expecting is to most likely hit this resistance at about $40,000 if we do end up breaking towards the upside. If we don't, what are we expecting? Well, that's again the future. Let's say if we do end up reaching $40,000, we're most likely going to face a little battle there. If we get rejected, that wouldn't be too nice, and the scenario I will describe to you guys then. But there's a pretty good probability we're going to break through and retest some of our previous zones. The first one would be right here at about $42,000. That's where it starts. That's again, I've checked it pretty far backwards, and these are the most important zones. $40,000, but the next one starts at $44,000. Funny enough, these are also psychological barriers, and that makes a lot of sense. There's actually a very interesting kind of caveat or so, which is the upper bound here of our, I would say, upper supply zone for Bitcoin as well. This is the turning point for the entire Bitcoin cycle, because if we actually do end up getting all the way there, the moment we cross it and actually get a close above there, I would make that just count as a bull signal, like a bull market signal. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's actually a very important resistance on the daily as well, which again is the 100 EMA on the daily. So what it would look like is breakout towards the upside, which is highly likely following what we just described. A very interesting battle at $40,000. If we break through, most likely going to end up at the $42,000 before we'll start a new story, a new analysis, because we'll have to see. But if we broke down from $40,000, we're most likely going to have a slight little fall. Now there's a good chance we're going to get picked up by the level which we got supported from quite a significant amount of times here, but these are all short-term supports. It could act, but I would actually say that if we do end up falling, there's a very high probability we're going to be seeing those $36,000 levels again, so be cautious of that. And if we break through 36,000, you guys already know, I am pretty bearish then to actually see 32,000 in the short term. But then again, everything is going to depend on tomorrow. The next 24 hours are going to be extremely important. The highest probability is a breakout towards the upside, or depending on what time frame and what exact pattern you're looking at least a bounce towards the upside. Hopefully the indicator turns bullish. Hopefully we'll actually see the top of the triangle and then have a proper breakout on this triangle, because I just can't wait to see some of these juicy crypto pumps again. Then again, this is all looking beautiful, right? But the main struggle is going to be $45,000. And always remember, short term, we're not 1,000% sure where we're going to go. But the more you zoom out, the more certain we get that the main direction for all these cryptos is going to be upwards. Alright guys, that was it for right now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. There's only one thing that I'd like to add, and that is actually a broader theory, just for a couple of seconds here. One of my friends said Bitcoin follows these halving cycles to the core. If we're actually looking at MACD, for example, on a weekly, things are not necessarily that bullish or so, but that will leave for a different day.